Jay Bird, before we get to the After the Show podcast, though, my friend, would you wrap us up here today with a lovely thought, my friend?
Start off with an original one. I read it back. It wasn't that good. So I'm going to plagiarize. Don't let yesterday use too much of today. See what I'm saying? Yesterday, you lost, or you lost sudden death, didn't you? Didn't you lose sudden death yesterday?
That was today, babe.
Yes, don't let today bother your afternoon.
Was that your thought?
You lost today?
You already start drinking?
That was today. I thought, okay, never mind.
What?
What?
Please just go to commercial. Never mind. I should have went with the original thought.
What is going on? What is... Are you all right?
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. Just let me drink.
Dunkin' is the official coffee of the KVJ Show. America runs on Dunkin'. The KVJ Show is now live on 97.9 WRMF.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Monday. It is the KVJ Show. What's going on, everybody?
Happy Monday.
Yeah, here we go. Short week. Crazy stuff. 4th of July week going on here.
Yeah, Denny's was kind of giving me the rundown of the schedule. Is what he tells me factual?
I don't know. I have no idea what he told you. I got to find that out first, and then I can tell you if it is.
He said we're off Thursday and Friday?
Yeah.
Does that check out?
That is.
It's
That is
real.
correct, yeah. Most people probably will be because you got the 4th, which is Thursday, and then people are going to be like, screw it, I ain't going to work. If they do, they're going to show up late and they're going to leave early. I mean, come on. So
Yeah, what are you going to get done on a Friday after 4th of July?
right, and you stayed up to watch fireworks, you dealt with traffic, all that kind of stuff. You go to like a 4th on Flagler, it ain't going to happen. I think most people, in fact, this whole week for a lot of people are just taking vacation.
Yes, that's true.
So this is going to be kind of a weird week. If you're at work, you're probably going to see a lot of empty desks, not a lot of people there. So it's kind of a big week for that. So, you know, it's kind of like, hey, we're just all going to dial it in this week, right? That's kind of the way it goes.
Let's crack open a beer.
That's it. Why not? It's Monday. Let's get this thing going. So, yeah, it's going to be a weird week, but a short one. So we got 3 days of intense KVJ action.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got on your mind today, Jay Bird?
You guys are adults, so you'll know this answer probably. So I've been out of my old place going on about 2.5, 3 weeks now, and I feel like I did everything in my power to make sure that place looked amazing. I paid for painting. I got the holes taken care of. I thought it looked really good. I haven't heard anything from my old landlord about my security. 3 weeks after, does that mean she's not giving it to me? Or how does that work?
I think they have like a month or two to give it to you.
So I'm out
Just because you haven't got it doesn't mean it's not coming.
Okay, and would carpets be something that's going to take that much money out of your security? They have to change them after every tenant.
No, they don't.
I was told they do.
They don't, and they don't. They absolutely should. They should do it fresh for each person, but they don't.
So I'm going to get banged for that?
I hardly ever get my deposit back. They always have banged me for this or that or scuffs on the wall.
It's always kind of a sketchy thing because, yeah, who's to regulate it? There's no arbitrary person that's coming in and saying this is fair, that's fair, this needs to happen. It pretty much is up to the landlord themselves, right? And it's coming out of their own pocket.
And you can take them to small claims court, which I almost did one time, but then I'm like, oh, it's such a hassle.
Well, look, here's what's frustrating. I paid somebody to fix everything before I left, and we're talking close to $700, $800 to get the paint and for time and labor and all that. And I think I should have just never done anything.
Yeah.
I guess the rule is, or the lesson is, don't patch up your holes and spend all that money.
Mm-hmm.
If you could have gotten them to come do a walkthrough with you and tell you, okay, you're being dinged for this, then it would have probably been easier because you would have known exactly what they were going to ding you for.
Oh, boy, Kev, these renting stuff, I tell you, it's be happy you don't rent.
Well, I mean, everything's got its own challenges. Owning's got them too, but
I know, everyone tells me all the owning problems. Yeah, if you have a broken air condition, good luck with that.
But at least you're not dealing with that sketchy, weird third party as much. It's pretty much just you, and contractors are an issue, but that's the only real third party you have to deal with.
Because they can walk through after you're out of there and they can find anything that they say they have to repair now and deduct that from your balance owed and your deposit.
So security's gone. Accept it, Bird. Accept it. It's
I haven't seen how you left the place.
Ask Denny's. I swear to you, it looked really, really good.
Did you take pictures?
No, because I'm stupid. I don't know these things. I didn't know I was supposed to. I know nothing.
Somebody said 90 days typically for refund on Social Security deposits or on the security deposits. Not Social Security, security deposits. And somebody said that I work in small claims eviction department. All depends upon the landlord.
Yeah, it's if they're going to be cool and give it back to you, you're in a good position. But most of them aren't.
Yeah, I hear you.
They're not going to be cool because they want to keep the money. And yeah, maybe some of it goes to repairs, but it doesn't cost as much as they keep.
Being a landlord would be kind of cool, though, I think. If you were an actual landlord, I feel like you'd always smoke cigars. I don't know why.
Somebody said most of the time they will fail to get their discount from you. Landlord has 15 days to send you a certified letter stating what they used your money for, and if they don't within that 15 days, then you're entitled to your entire deposit back, no matter what the condition of the house.
Okay. Now, I believe it, even though it's a text. We have no idea who sent it.
We don't, and that means you got to go to small claims court.
Oh, was that the first part of the text? I didn't do that far down.
I think to get your money, you have to go after them legally. They're not just going to go, "Oh, you're right, Jay Bird," and write you a check.
Well,
they're going to say, "No, take me to court."
You told me you're the manager of the snack pack now. This would fall under the guidelines.
Mom, I don't like to go to court.
Yeah.
I've been to court enough.
It's
Court is the worst.
not cheap.
No.
What's on your mind today, Virginia?
So remember we were talking last week, and I'm like, so into the concept of going to the Bahamas. Me and Magnolia were talking about it. Panda said he's not in. He wants nothing to do with it. So it's going to be probably just me and Mags. And then on Saturday, totally unprovoked, hadn't talked to her about it at all, my sister texted me, and she's like, "Hey, we're thinking about going to the Bahamas." And I was like, "Yeah, so am I. I want to go to the Bahamas."
Okay.
I think we should really get a group together. Kev, you and the wife. Bird, you and your girl Denny's.
I'd love it.
Suits, all of us, go over there for a trip to the Bahamas. And I want to do it right. I don't want to do it touristy. My sister was looking online, and she was finding, like, they have that boat, that fast boat to the Bahamas. Remember the one that broke down not too long ago?
Right, yeah.
And it's pretty expensive. It's like almost 200 bones per person to do that.
I've been wanting to go to the Bahamas for a long time. I just have to get my passport.
What if we all flew over there? I have to get my passport updated, so I have to go there too. Right in Gardens at the post office, they do it.
I love it.
Yeah, I just saw a photo from a buddy of mine that went over to the Bahamas and was doing that thing where you swim with the pigs. I guess the pigs are out there and you feed them.
It's all the rage right now.
He said this thing reared me with a carrot. There's a picture of the pig coming up behind me. He's like, "Oh, hey now." I don't call him a pig for nothing, I guess.
I really think this should be our next little trip we try to do.
What's your level of excitement for the Bahamas, Kev?
The what?
Bahamas.
I'd love to go. I love the Bahamas. It's beautiful.
I'm going to try to get all the details set up, and we have a couple of listeners that actually live over there, and I want to do it like the locals do it. I don't want to do a big touristy trip and go where all the tourists go. I want to do like a local trip.
I would be so excited just to try out all the restaurants and the food to see what it's like.
They have a lot of great conch. That's good. If you love conch, that's the thing to get.
I know the Bronc loves the conch.
The Bronc loves the conch.
I'm going to start working on this, so if you guys want in, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to help me out with the passport. I don't even know about deposits.
I got to get the passport too, so don't worry. I'll go with you.
Mm-hmm. Kind of found this to be fun and different, unexpected. #1 breakfast food according to a recent survey. Kind of surprising what it was. It's not like your Pop-Tarts, not like your cereal, not even your toaster strudel, your waffles.
Eggs.
Or your eggs. Or your bacon.
Bird.
Yeah.
Only talking buttered toast or muffin.
Yeah, I'd say a good guess. You would think that might be it as well. But according to the survey, the most popular breakfast food in America is cold pizza. Cold pizza.
Oh, they're being cute.
53% of people said they'd rather have a cold piece of pizza for breakfast than any of the traditional breakfast foods.
Huh.
Do you like cold pizza for breakfast?
No.
I'd love pizza at any point in my life.
I'm kind of that way too.
I had pizza in the morning on Saturday with a big. I kind of started off my Saturday with chocolate cake. I went the other way. I started with dessert.
Dessert first? Hey.
Yes.
You know what? When you're doing what you're doing in life, you make your own rules, man.
Yes.
That ain't wrong. That ain't wrong. I started thinking about it. I'm like going, yeah, if I kind of like what would make me more excited if I got up, and I don't know if I want it cold. I do kind of like it a little bit warm.
I want it warm too, baby.
Yeah. But if you put everything out, and all things considered, if you had your waffles and pancakes and everything else laying out for breakfast, I might go pizza first.
What's your guys' thoughts on cold Chinese food the next day? You don't reheat it. If you're eating sweet and sour chicken, you're eating it cold right out of the refrigerator.
It's okay, but to me it degrades. I like it better hot.
Panda does that. He'll eat if he eats leftovers. He usually won't. He's too picky. But if he will eat them, he eats them cold. I'm like, what are you doing? Doesn't everything have to be heated back up?
Okay, you are making me want breakfast. It's on the bird today. What are you? It's Monday. It's 4th of July. You're already telling me we're dialing it in this week anyway. Let's dial it in our diet.
Yeah.
Fat Kevin, please. 4th of July.
No.
Do it for America.
Yeah, right. USA, baby. That's what America's all about, being fat.
Uncle Sam, Uncle Ham. Let's do this.
Uncle Ham. You're right. Apparently, there's a growing movement called Wait Until 8th. And it's all about kids and when they should get phones. This movement is saying that kids do not need a phone before the 8th grade.
I love it. But I'm old, though. I agree.
Yeah. So that's kind of what they're saying. They're trying to get parents to say, look, we just all need to kind of band together because phones are damaging to kids. They don't need them. It opens up to all these terrible things. So please don't do it.
Well, y'all got kids. Do you think they really need them?
I like my kid having one. It's easier, and it's probably lazier parenting. But, yeah, when, my kid has it, he's able to watch YouTube, play video games, do stuff like that. And so it kind of, keeps him occupied doing something.
And if you have a kid like I do that goes back and forth, she goes to her dad's house, then she's at our house.
Yeah.
Like, if she didn't have a phone, how would I get in touch with her?
Times have changed with all that. Yeah, you don't have to wait 18 hours to get a hold of somebody anymore.
Yeah, it's tricky.
I mean, honestly, to me, this is what I really think that a lot of parenting is. There's a lot of things where you might, as a parent, you say, yes, ideally, yeah, they probably shouldn't have a phone until they're in the 8th grade. I get the point behind it. And you're like, that's all great in a perfect world where you have no other distractions and you're constantly there to try to occupy your kids and you just have boundless energy and ideas on how to keep them occupied so their mind's always growing and they're experiencing life and they're becoming so mature so quickly. Yeah, that perfect parent, yeah, wait until you're 8. Good for you. I think that's great. And someone be like going, you know what? Suck it up, kid. Just sit there and be bored. I was when I was your age.
Go play with a rock.
Yeah, go play the rock. I used to do it all the time and call it good.
I will tell you this, when Rocco was mouthing off to us and we put him on those little short spurts of electronics ban, it did force him to go play and use his imagination.
See,
and I did like that better. I even told Panda, I'm like, I love the electronics ban because he's playing with his cars.
Yeah.
He's making up little scenarios with his toys. He's doing stuff instead of like a zombie watching a screen.
I love that. Could there be a compromise where kids don't have it that much until 8th grade? Virginia's right. When you make a kid go out and use their imagination and draw and write and do all kind of stuff, play with the rock and act like
good for them.
It's amazing for them. You do need to stimulate your imagination.
Yeah, we did a lot of Toy Story binge watching over the weekend because, Toy Story 4 is out in theaters, and I had never seen 2 or 3, and I don't think Canada had seen them either. So, we're kind of getting that so that if we want to go see Toy Story 4 this week, which is still number 1 in the box office, that we're all caught up. But the thing that kind of really did jump out to me is I was seeing that, little Andy is the kid that has the toys. And just watching him play and how he was doing that kind of stuff, I was like thinking, I'm like, yeah, my kid really, he does stuff. What he plays is pretty much like his own little imaginary basketball games and stuff like that. When he's playing, that's kind of what he does. But as far as sitting down and having little doll toys or things like that, he doesn't really, that's not something he does. And it would be probably good if he did that. The thing that I will tell you about this is it does require a united front when it comes to parenting. Like, you can't have like one parent be like going, yeah, that's cool, going ahead and, play on whatever you want to play on. And then the other parent is like, oh, no, you can't do that. It's like you got to be on the same page.
Me and Rocco went to go see Toy Story on Saturday.
Yeah.
And we lasted about 20 minutes.
Really?
He had a meltdown and started bugging all the people around me. And that's like my worst fear, like to be like a big distraction and like cause drama in the theater during a movie. People are trying to watch it.
Yeah.
The theater was packed. So I just picked him up and we went out. I only got 20 minutes of Toy Story.
Was he like trying to talk to him? Or was
Oh,
he...
yeah. Yeah. First, he wouldn't sit down. Then he was up and down. Then he went to the row in front of us and was trying to talk to the little girl. I was like, ugh.
He's macking on a chick.
I got to get him out of here.
So you didn't even get to...
The first 20 minutes of Toy Story was awesome.
Okay. And then that was it?
That was it.
It'd be nice if they offered like a parental discount, right?
Well, I thought about it afterwards. I should have gone up to the manager and said, hey, is there any way I can get like a rain check?
Right.
To come back maybe at a different time.
Then you're that parent.
Yeah,
my
then
kid.
I'm complaining. And
Do they offer anything like that?
I bet you they would if you explained it to them.
Or if you caused enough of a scene, like, I forget, it's just a movie.
Oh, those people sitting in front of me were so happy that we left.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocco wouldn't
Oh,
shut up.
yeah, they were very happy.
So
If
happy.
Rocco wasn't being quiet, they were
He was
very happy.
not being cool.
Yep. Somebody said, I don't like the wait to the 8th. There are no more pay phones, kind of like back in the day. So we do need phones to stay in touch with kids. And somebody said kids may need a phone, but not a smartphone or a phone with internet access.
That I'm talking about. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You call the parent if you need them. I'm not saying take everything away from them, but like you're saying, force the kid to go use the imagination.
But with Magnolia, so I've got this app on my phone. It's on my smartphone and it's on her smartphone. It's called Life 360.
Mm-hmm.
And I can track her down to a pinpoint exactly where she is. It tells me how fast the car she was traveling in was driving. It tells
Wow,
me where
okay.
she was. It tells me the routes she took
Right.
the last few times she was in a car. Like, there have been times when I've not been able to find her for about 5 seconds and I've been like worried. And then I can find her on my phone. And there is something very comforting about that I know she's always got her phone, so I know where she is.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It's good for me, too. It's not just about her.
It's a good debate, and I think probably what it is, it's kind of like anything with the internet too, where you probably need to really set up some guidelines. And it's something that, probably if I, sat down with the Queen, it's like going, okay, we need to get better. Because I think that too often, and I try to, play with Cannon, but there's times where like you just have stuff you've got to do.
Sure.
And you got your own projects. You can't play with your kid, all the time. And so I think what happens, out of sight, out of mind, you don't think about it, then they slip off to go play the video games or whatever, and you're like, okay, they're occupied, they're entertained, that's good.
They're quiet.
Yeah, it is. I know we're guilty. We let Cannon play way too many video games. We should be cracking down and doing more stuff. And summertime is one of those times too, where it's just easy sometimes to let them go because you're exhausted. You got to do what you got to do still.
If you want, drop Cannon off to me. I'll play some baseball with him. I'll teach him how to be a really mediocre baseball player.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a good plan. Yeah. Somebody else texted in and said, my theory is if your child isn't old enough to be alone, they don't need to have a personal phone. It's okay for a kid to be bored, develops imagination and innovation. And I think, to a good extent, you're definitely right on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Got to stay on it. So, and I do know like internet companies like Xfinity that I have, you can pause it and all that stuff. And probably should set up special things like that. It's probably a good time this week to recheck yourself, parents. I could be better.
And maybe do it like, okay, you only get 2 hours a day. Or 1 hour a day. Or whatever you come up
Whatever you
with
set
in
it
your
at.
family. But maybe do it on a time thing.
Right. But how are those kids going to get really good at Fortnite, Virginia, unless they're playing at least 8 hours?
You got to have 8 hours. You got to log in 8 hours.
Yeah. I mean, you got to put in your time if you want this stuff to happen. There's a little bit of drama on Saturday. Remember how I was talking about checking out that event that just kind of like popped up out of nowhere, at least for me. It was the 40 Yards of Gold was the name of it. And Alvin Kamara, who is a running back with the Saints,
Yes.
was going to be there. And it was all these NFL players doing like 40-yard dash. And there was $1 million purse for the person who won the fastest guy in the NFL. Just kind of a weird event. Like I said, I didn't really hear much about it until like later in the week. I'm like, oh, it looks kind of cool. Like I was thinking about going. And I started checking into it. One, it was later on at night. And two, I guess it was $40 to get in.
Oh.
And I kind of wanted to go because I wanted to see Ted Ginn Jr., who's a fast dude, also plays for the Saints. He used to play for Ohio State Buckeyes back in the day.
The Saints got a lot of Buckeyes.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's like a...
It's a little club.
It is. That's where they all go, is to New Orleans to play.
love it.
Yeah, the Saints love them Buckeye players. And then for some reason, Ted Ginn Jr. and Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie didn't even show up, and they didn't even say why, so he wasn't even there.
Oh, man.
Was Kamara there?
Yeah, he was. He did not win. Marquise Goodman is the one from the 49ers who wound up winning the final 40-yard dash and picked up the $1 million.
Wow.
Yeah, they had Rick Ross did a performance there. DJ Irie was kind of doing it. It's supposed to be on pay-per-view, too. And then Chad Ochocinco hosted the whole thing. So I don't know if anybody went. It looked like they had a pretty good crowd. But I'm like, man, $40? A lot of people paying some money to go check that out.
But if you think about it, like, okay, if Rick Ross is there performing and then you had all those stars there, I mean, $40 is not that bad.
I kind of agree with the witch. I don't think 40 was. If all that really went down, that's actually a good price, I thought.
Yeah, you sound cheap, Riggy.
Real cheap and old.
I mean, you had Alvin Kamara is the only guy that I knew that was even running, really. Marquise Goodman,
I mean, but there was talks of TGJ to be there.
no idea what you're talking about.
Ted Ginn Jr.
Virginia does.
But he wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad that Ted didn't show up, but I think, like, the band, like, Rick still played, right?
Yeah, I was trying to check some videos on it, see just how it looks. So I was kind of curious if anybody went, because that's kind of it right now. They're talking about, okay, are they going to do this again? Is this going to become a regular event?
Where was it?
BB&T Center in Sunrise.
I think $40 sounds like a fair
Yeah,
amount.
I think $40 is not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
For all that?
$20 sounds about right to me. But you're right. I'm old and cheap, so that's what it is. Yeah, that was a little much. Couple celebrity birthdays going on here today. Liv Tyler, Steven Tyler from Aerosmith's daughter. She was in a lot of his videos in the 90s. Also, she was in The Lord of the Rings. She's now 42. Missy Misdemeanor Elliott turns 48. Pamela Anderson now 52. And Dan Aykroyd turns 67 today. Also, a happy 30th birthday shout out to Michael, one of KVJ's biggest podcast fans, from Mom, Alyssa, and Brandon, and your fur baby Tiny, too.
Yeah.
Happy 13th birthday to Amanda. Have a wonderful day at the Rapids. That's fun.
Yeah.
Her birthday. Mommy, Sammy, and Riley. Also, we got Dylan James having his 10th birthday. That is from Dana. And Zach, happy birthday to you from your friends at TSSC. Gerald sent that in. So there you go. Happy birthday. Got a birthday you want on the KVJ Show? Just let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. All right, so what did you do this weekend? Anything interesting? What happened? We're going to do a quick little rundown here, and then you can vote on which member of the KVJ Show had the lamest weekend. I think Friday night we all pretty much had the same thing going on. So we had cocktails and karaoke. So
Yeah, that's a wash.
yeah, so Friday we were all kind of doing the same thing. So starting on Saturday, what did you have going on Saturday, Virginia?
Okay, so Saturday, running the kids around.
Mm-hmm.
Then Saturday night, Mags went to a movie, so I took Rocco to a movie, and then I told you the story. We left the movie. Then yesterday, went to Calaveras Cantina.
Okay.
Did some tequila tasting and ate my weight in queso dip.
Ooh.
Not good for the summer body.
Okay.
And then I helped Mags. She's cat sitting and dog walking. And that sounds lame.
Really? Cat sitting, dog walking.
Our neighbors went to Italy, and so Mags is cat sitting, and the cat vomited everywhere, by the way, which is so gross.
Ah, dang.
While she was cat sitting, the other neighbor saw her and said, "Hey, I'm old. Can you come walk my dog since you're already cat sitting?" And Mags is like, "Man." So if your kid gets roped into cat sitting and dog walking, you have to do it as well. So I was with her, and now I'm cat sitting and dog walking.
Okay. What'd you do this weekend, Jaybird?
I'm just going to give you the headlines. If you have any follow-up questions, just go ahead and shoot them at me. Okay, Saturday morning starts it off with Chewie almost gets into a fight with a Great Dane. Ooh. This Great Dane is bigger than Denny's. This thing is huge. I mean, it looks like a horse. Denny's
is a man.
This chick is... She's running. She's got her headphones in.
Yeah.
Very hot, by the way. And she... So the Great Dane runs up to Chewie. Chewie's on a leash. The Great Dane is not.
Is it like a dark color Great Dane?
I don't know why.
Wait, you don't know why?
You don't remember the color of the
It
dog?
was like grayish.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Does she have dark hair?
No, it was like lighter blonde.
Okay.
A dirty blonde.
So she's jogging with her dog?
Without a leash.
And the dog's not on a leash?
So, I mean, this thing is huge. It runs up to Chewie. Chewie's freaking out. She doesn't say sorry. She doesn't say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have a leash." She starts calling the dog, snapping, "Come on, Rover," whatever the dog said, "Come on." And the dog runs, tries to fight with Chewie, doesn't say sorry or nothing.
The dog didn't say sorry?
None of it. So,
Rory.
so the dog runs up with her again. She looks back at me as the Great Dane is taking the biggest dump ever. She looks at me, looks at the Great Dane, doesn't pick up her dump, and then just keeps on running without a leash.
Dang.
That's how my Saturday started off.
Okay.
Then I ordered pizza at Denny's house. I am leaving. I forget something. I had a bunch of food. So I put my food on top of his fence, and I go back in to his house.
I see how this is going to end.
We start talking for a good while. How long was I in there for? 7 to 9 minutes?
Yeah, possibly even like 10.
I go back out there. All my food is gone. Somebody stole all of my food. We're talking 50 bones of Italian.
Maybe it's them godless squirrels y'all got.
So I then lead a pizza investment. Oh, you only wanted 30 seconds. You're right. I'm sorry.
The squirrels are like, "Sweet, this dummy just left us
Now, what
all
happened
this
to the
food."
headlines part of this?
I'll wrap it up. I head up a pizza investigation with my neighbors. Nobody saw anything, which was terrible. I filmed and edited a video for the show, and I ate a lot of Pepperidge Farm chocolate cake. I want to call Pepperidge Farm out when we do call them out later.
You gonna call them out too?
They say it serves 8 people. My ass. Yeah, 8 2-year-olds.
Pepperidge Farm, remember?
So you got to call out a woman and her dog. You got to call the people that stole your Italian food. You got to call out Pepperidge Farms.
How much food was this?
It was 2 spaghettis and a large cheese pizza.
Okay.
And someone just took all of it?
So you know
They just ganked it.
Do you know on Denny's fence? It's on that main road.
It's right off
Yes.
the sidewalk.
I put it
Yeah.
there. It was
And
all.
the name of the road is...
It was in the sweetest packaging for someone just to come right up and grab it. It was in it had a handle and everything.
They must have thought it was like an Uber Eats drop-off or something and just ganked it.
No, I tell you what it was is we have so much traffic there. Somebody saw me put all that food there. They saw me walk in there. They cased it. They realized I wasn't walking right out, and they grabbed it.
Okay.
So if anyone has seen anything,
That's cold.
please let us
Take
know.
a man's spaghetti and his pizza?
I took it real well.
Where's that video? I don't want the video of it being stolen. I want the subsequent meltdown on the street.
It wasn't pretty.
A lot of conflict this weekend.
It's a lot of conflict.
Okay. Let me see. My weekend is on Saturday. It was kind of rainy, so it was kind of weird. I was going to do some paddleboarding, I thought, but then the weather changed. So we went and hit the 500 block of Clematis. Cool little areas down there. Went to Dr. Limon. And coincidentally, they were doing the Copa America, which is going on. So Peru was playing in soccer, and boy, that place got really loud and busy.
Nice. That's
Yes,
fun.
and I was the only person that did not speak Spanish in the entire place. So that was Saturday. But that whole area is great. We went to Kapow, the noodle bar. Great craft beer selection they've got there.
Nice. Look at
Blown away by
you.
that. Then went over to Lost Weekend. Play some pool and some video games and whatnot. That's a cool little spot if you've not been there, and a great beer selection there. I had a lot of wrestling tournaments with Cannon on the sofa this weekend. He put me in a chokehold and almost killed me. I think my throat still hurts.
Who has the belt?
He's got the belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
For now.
Get it together, Dad.
I know.
Brother.
Yeah. And then we had the Toy Story movie marathon. All right, Denny's, what happened with your weekend?
Well, so Saturday morning, I had a BurgerFi. I went and had some burgers, which was nice.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. How was your remote?
It was awesome. They had $5 burgers. Man, BurgerFi is just so good.
It is good.
They got good stuff.
Did you get an onion ring?
I got onion rings. They were nice. They brought us out fries and an onion ring all on a big plate for all
fries
the
are amazing.
promotions
So
people.
good.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Well, so when I got home from that, my desk, I had ordered a new desk had come in. So I spent the majority of the day putting that together. It was a good 3.5 hours. But I like how they make them now. It comes with everything you need.
Denny's, that's lame.
Well, no, that was one of my. I
Do
ordered
not
this
leave
desk
the
2
desk
weeks.
in.
Not only
2 weeks ago, I ordered this.
Not
thing.
only don't talk about the desk, don't talk about it for more than 30 seconds.
Oh, I'm really excited. I ordered this thing 2 weeks ago, and it took forever to come in.
Where did you get it from?
Well, so I got. Oh, you don't care about my desk? It's
Denny's,
so awesome.
you sound like my dad.
I'm gonna send you guys a picture.
This
of
is
this
his
thing.
weekend highlight.
He's been-
excited about a desk.
He's been talking about this desk. I'm not even kidding you for about 18 hours. A lot. He's been talking about it a lot.
I don't even know if you guys want to hear about the rest of the weekend.
Aw.
I see how it is.
If
I see
that's-
how, if the desk.
If that's your lead in, I actually, oddly enough, want to hear about the rest of the weekend. I can't believe it so far.
I did. So I did dishes. I found this new.
Oh, that's exciting.
Denny's.
Well, this new cat. I don't even want to say the name of the brand, but it is the best detergent. Whatever. I talked about it to Jen for 4 minutes. I just thought of that. Whatever. All right. You guys all had exciting weekends. I get it.
I put together a desk and did the dishes.
And you're
New
excited.
detergent that has an extra bleaching pocket of something on it. It was the greatest thing I got.
What else happened?
I don't even know if you guys want to
Did you
hear.
make the bed?
Get out of here.
Tell us about when you fed the cats.
I cleaned and yeah. So anyway, my highlights are the desk, which looks awesome. You'll see it.
Oh, you got a new Spider-Man game. You played a little bit of that.
You setting me up for a snore? Because if you are,
All right, if I lose to Denny's, that's the worst weekend ever.
The highlight is him putting the desk together.
I was really excited. That's why I led with that one.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Jaybird basically has a laundry list of people calling out today. The hot chick with the Great Dane that doesn't put it on a leash. That thing's out there giving Chewy problems.
Oh, just taking dumps. I mean, we're talking Marmaduke-sized dumps.
I can't imagine the size of a poo a Great Dane would leave behind.
And then she's sprinting, going across the street as this horse of an animal is running around, just invading everyone's space.
I wonder if this is like a thing because the reason why I was asking about the way the dog looked and stuff because I was down on Atlantic Avenue a couple weeks ago, and there was this woman drives up in this small little Volkswagen, and out pops this massive dog, and the dog was about 3/4 her size, but she was small, petite, cute, and was getting all kinds of looks. I'm like going, okay, is this kind of like something that's going on now? The young, hot. Tiny chicks are getting massive dogs.
Did she have it on a leash?
She did.
She did. Okay.
She did have hers, yeah. But, she was walking on Atlantic Avenue,
Yeah,
so I
you
think you want to
better.
do that, yeah.
The reason why it was annoying was because her Great Dane was all up in Chewy's business, and it's a major rule. You cannot have a dog, especially that big, off without a leash.
Because that Great Dane has no idea Chewy's temperament.
Chewy's-
And Chewy doesn't know the Great Dane's temperament.
Chewy got jumped by 2 dogs one time. He's got a permanent scar on his face, so he's already a little tweaky. And I've just seen it before where dogs, you don't have them on the leash like that. It can really turn ugly quick. And then the fact that she doesn't say sorry, and then she looks at the dump, looks at
She
her.
saw it.
She saw the whole thing. She looked at. I mean, this thing took the longest Great Dane dump. She looks at me, looks down at the dump, and keeps on running. I walked by the dump too. It was massive.
That is so brazen.
I saw somebody on social over the weekend calling somebody out for their aggressive dog at the dog park. And I was like, okay.
I think I saw that too.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, and I was trying to think about that because, dogs will be dogs. And if you have a dog that does not play well with others, then unfortunately the dog park is probably not the place to go. But there are times where dogs will just be dogs. Like they're animals.
He'll have a mood.
Right.
Yes.
And
You don't know why.
Right. And sometimes they just, to me, because I used to have a dog that I would take to the dog park all the time, And sometimes it'd be one way or the other. But I'm like, that's just, I'd be like, that's how it is. I'm like, do you deserve to be put on blast if your dog has a moment and pins another dog down?
I think that's different because you can't control a dog sometimes. You do call out the person that doesn't pick up their poop, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's there's a lot of bad dog owners out there.
Yes, I think if it's a rarity, you can't really get mad at the dog because sometimes it's an animal. You don't know what it's going to do sometimes.
Yeah. So those bad owners we can routinely put out.
Now,
on
if your
blast.
dog's got a rap sheet, it's been to the clink a couple times.
Could you take a picture of this chick?
I could because she has to live in my area because that Great Dane was on us like flies on a rib roast really quick.
Yeah.
It scared me too. I started shaking. Leave us alone.
Do they not have leash laws?
They do.
They do.
It's
They
up to-
totally do.
That's why I was so annoyed. It was so brazen, no apology, and then it would be a double fine because she didn't pick up her dump.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
If I was you, I would have
terrible.
totally taken a picture of her.
Yeah, it all happened so quick. It was a Great Dane. She was hot looking. I mean,
So are you forgiving her a little bit because she was hot?
I'm in a confused place right now. I don't know what to think. I'm annoyed but turned on, I guess.
Another call him out that's still got some legs. Virginia had called out Taco Bell because they gotten rid of the Mexi Melt.
It broke my heart. I've been eating Mexi Melts since I was in junior high school.
Right.
And my girlfriend, Jennifer, who turned out to be my college roommate, she turned me onto this thing called a Mexi Melt. I
Yeah.
had never known about it. My parents never took us to Taco Bell. It opened a whole world to me.
Got a lot of feedback from that over the week. A lot of people were sad. A lot of people didn't know either. Me and Suits are currently working on a duet about the Mexi Melt. If you want to make it a triple,
It was delicious. The price point was amazing. I loved it so much I started researching it. You know, they steamed the Mexi Melt. That's how they make it so delicious and moist.
Really?
They didn't cook it like a lot of other tacos or grilled or whatever.
Yeah.
It was steamed.
Huh.
That's why it was so delicious.
Wow. You were saying some insider information, and maybe it apparently this is causing a lot of problems. We did get a lot of response when you're talking about it. People like, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, what happened to the Mexi Melt?
Since my childhood. Like,
Yeah.
what are they doing?
so according to my source, this is someone who has a little intel from the Irvine, California area, the Taco Bell headquarters. Ever hear of it?
No, but thanks.
Apparently, there's a bit of a civil war within Taco Bell, the people, because some people thought it was a terrible idea to get rid of the Mexi Melt, and so I guess it's a house divided.
Wow.
This person seemed to be credible. A lot of people lie to me, though. I don't know. Maybe Taco Bell insiders can let me know. They're saying the Mexi Melt's coming back because it's been such a devastating blow.
People are mad. See, if you're mad about it, make your voice heard. Say something. Don't be, angry. Don't yell at the Taco Bell manager. Just say, hey, I just want to let you know I missed the Mexi Melt.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing a song, so, I mean, if you want in,
I do.
then hired.
I'm very passionate about it. It was affordable. It was
Yeah.
delicious.
It was one of the first things that I got at Palm Beach Gardens High School. They had Taco Bell come in. It was one of the lines you could go into. Imagine that, Taco Bell at high school.
That's amazing. The Mexi Melt was like $1 something. So I was scouring the menu and trying to find something similar. I ended up getting a quesadilla. That was $4 and something. Okay, that's a big difference.
I like the passion.
Yeah.
I like it.
A lot of people are saying there's other items that have disappeared from the Taco Bell menu. 8 years ago, I was crushed when they stopped serving the chili cheese burrito. That was one. And then the apple empanadas.
That is something I would buy at least 8 of them at a time. And they would go down.
8?
Yeah, man, they were one of my favorite fast food desserts. And I would always get a bundle of them.
Somebody said I missed the pepper jack sauce, too. Oh, yeah. A lot of sadness here.
A lot of sadness.
When I was looking at their menu trying to figure out what they were doing, it looks like they just tried to clean it up. They just wanted to have less choices. Is that like on trend now in fast food? You know how they say, oh, their brains can't handle more than 4 or 5 choices.
My brain can and so can my stomach. I want options.
It could be part of it. Yeah, I don't know. Some people are thinking, oh, maybe they pull it away. People miss it. Then you have a big marketing campaign bringing it back.
I hate that, though.
And then more people come back in.
That seems dumb.
I don't like that.
Well,
It's got people all upset.
Yeah. Well, I think, and somebody's like, "Oh, wait, the Mexi Melt is gone? How stupid!" But
People are still just finding out about
Yeah.
it. It happened like a month ago.
But I think that's what they do. They rock people's worlds by taking it away, and then people start grumbling, and it gets on social media, and then people are like, "Wait, it's gone." And then when they do the marketing campaign, the Mexi Melt is coming back, and people are like, "Ah,
You
And then
saved the
And then
Mexi Melt.
people that haven't been to Taco Bell in a long time or haven't tried to get a Mexi Melt, come rushing back to get it.
According to my insider source, Kevin's right. That's what they're doing. They're going to be bringing it back. The Mexi Melt will be back.
So they did this on purpose to mess with us, or there really was somebody that thought it was a good idea to take it off the menu?
I don't know if they did it on purpose. I think the backlash happened, and now they're going to spin it to where it was on purpose, according to my source.
Okay.
I don't know if my source is credible.
Well, I mean, you eat 8 of the empanadas at a sitting. I think your credibility is good in this room.
Okay, yeah. Taco Bell attendant said take it to Twitter. They do monitor their accounts a lot, so just tag them.
Oh, okay. Oh, I bet you it's blowing up with Mexi Melt.
Yeah, Taco Bell Verde sauce, somebody mentioned again. So, just go hit them up with your list of grievances, because apparently they do pay a lot of attention to that. In fact, a lot of these food companies really pay attention to their Twitter, and something almost got launched that just started from somebody who had mocked up a version of ranch-flavored Pop-Tarts and then went onto Twitter and tagged both Pop-Tarts and Hidden Valley and their Twitter accounts. And, when they're talking about Hidden Valley, it was like, oh, I don't know, maybe it's not a bad idea. Hey, Pop-Tarts, let's have some fun and give the people what they want. Pop-Tart said, LOL, no.
A Pop-Tart grilled cheese version would be amazing.
That could work,
That could absolutely work.
Yeah, I agree with you. That sounds pretty good.
Even you could do a, what was this stuff we used to get at Blue Martini you introduced me to? The fancy plate.
Baked brie with apples.
That could be a good flavor, too, for a
Oh, that
Pop-Tart.
could be.
Ooh-hee.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Get me on the board.
Notice we talked a lot about food here today.
I know, Mama. Come on. Let me set the record straight. Let me get to some food for us.
I'll eat an egg.
Okay, Denny's.
Okay.
Fat Kevin.
I'm good.
4th of July week, man.
I'm all right.
Come
I got
on,
other
Fat
ways of
Kevin.
celebrating America.
Just once will you celebrate with us?
Do it for our country. Join everyone else in America who is overweight. Come on.
Is that what we need to do?
Yes.
Is that how we really make America great again? We overeat?
Join my tubby ass with
It's
some
the
food.
American way.
Somebody said, just to let you know, the Mexi Melt is still on the website. It's $2.69, by the way. So, interesting to see what's going on here. Are they just toying with your emotions, Virginia?
Still on the website?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Somebody's saying that in Green Acres, they'll still make it for you at the Taco Bell there. So, I don't know. Lots of questions.
People are saying you can special order and you have to call it something else and add this and do that. But, I mean, it was fun to say, it was fun to order, and it was even more fun to eat.
Yeah.
Bring back the Mexi Melt.
Okay. Anything else that you need to call out, you can let us know. 877-979-WRMF. Well, you got to give it up to, was it Melinda, I think, on Friday that did maybe the greatest headphone karaoke or cocktails and karaoke performance we've ever seen in our life?
Was that her name, Melinda?
I think it was.
So that's who that was on Instagram saying, I'm sorry that I dropped you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, people were asking how you were after you got dropped from that performance. Susan was there and saw that.
I am so sore on every part of my body. There's not a part of my body where I'm not sore on.
Yeah.
But it was worth it.
It was.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful performance. She did a split. She did a cartwheel.
People were getting turned on Friday night.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. You could tell we hadn't done that in a while.
Yeah, she did Marky Mark's Good Vibrations and just tore it out. I mean, it's the way you do a cocktails and karaoke performance.
She bought one of your full gorilla shirts from the Little Smiles merchandise tent, and then she spanked you with it. She was slapping you with the shirt. I loved it.
It was just a great performance.
I don't think you heard me complain.
Like I said, maybe our greatest
It was-
cocktails and karaoke
I
performance
agree.
of all time.
There was a lot. There was a lot going on.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a blast on Friday. I had a really good time. Brother Jimmy's was a great place for that, and we'll be bringing it back. Probably about once a month we're going to be doing it. So
That's the right area for cocktails and karaoke,
It
by
is
the way.
such an upgrade. I love that spot. The food is good.
Yeah.
The beer is delish.
it was a lot of fun. So we had a really good time out there. So thanks to that. There was a little bit of fireworks, though. We started a little bit early, as what might often happen. Sometimes members of the KVJ show run a little hot. And there's a video. Did we get the one specifically posted yet?
It hasn't posted yet. No, I think we just have the audio right now.
Okay, yeah. So we have just the initial performance, but yeah, what had happened was on Friday, you might have listened, and we were doing a sudden death, trying to do that here for the summertime. And so what had happened on Friday's show was the question is whether Virginia is tagged for the next challenge because she lost the draw on the last one. And, people voted and they said, no, you need to redraw because that's not fair. So we did do a redraw and Virginia lost again.
So it was just fate. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it
was
was.
like, I was meant to lose.
People seem to like that round of sudden death. There was a lot of drama involved.
It was intense.
Yes. And so the challenge then for that night was that whoever lost, they would get their face signed by anybody that came up and did a karaoke song. So that was it. So you sing and then you sign that person's face. You do the Sharpie face. Well, we get there and Virginia's just not having it. She
Not at
announces
all.
to the crowd that
Well, no, before I got there, Jay Bird had gone around and told people in the crowd, you can't sing unless you sign Virginia's face.
May I please defend myself
yeah,
really
go ahead.
quick?
Well,
Okay.
well, here we go.
Because
Court-
that's what I got hit with as soon as I walked in. Like, a whole group of girls came up to me that Jay Bird said, we can't sing if we don't sign your face first. I'm like, wait, what?
I swear to you, I was not at all doing that on purpose. I swear on everything. I thought that was the rules because I thought that's what we discussed. Hold on before you yell at
Okay.
me. I thought that's what it was. I came to that place in such a good mood. I had no intention to want to ruin Virginia's night, life, anything. So when she was mad at me and she told me why she was mad at me, I realized that I made a mistake. I did not realize that if you didn't want to sing, you didn't have to sign. I was just trying to have a good, goofy time. I had no idea Virginia was mad about wanting to do that punishment.
I
didn't know-
wasn't. I was going to take my lumps. All day, I was like all upset. I had diarrhea. My stomach was a mess.
because of the punishment.
Because I knew the punishment was coming, but I didn't say jackass bomb to
It gave you the
either one
runs?
of you. It gave me the runs. It made me a bad mom. I was all upset all day, but I was going to take my lumps. I was going to walk in there, and I was certain that some guy would get up there, sing AC/DC, and then draw a penis on my face.
we would, first of all,
I knew it.
we would not have allowed it to happen.
Well, you
wouldn't-
couldn't stop
Yes, we
it.
could've.
If it would have started, there wouldn't have been anything you could do about it at that
But
point.
My point is, you should have told me and Kevin all of these fears about
Why?
it.
I was going to
Because-
take my lumps.
Because I find out you're mad at me on something I didn't even realize I was. Virginia, I swear on everything holy, I was not at all trying to be a jerk on purpose. I had made a mistake.
That's fine.
And I told you I'd made a mistake and you were still mad at me.
Well, I was mad because everybody in the crowd was telling me, oh no, Jay Bird said we have to write on your face to be able to sing. And I was like, wait, that wasn't how it went down. Because all day in my head, I was like, okay, most people, like most girls, they're not going to write on my face. So that's cool. I've got like most of the girls on my side.
Okay.
I figured maybe 2 or 3 people would write on my face. And I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. I can deal with 2 or 3 people. But then when I walked in and it had been flipped to you can't sing unless you write on Virginia's face, that pissed me off.
I swear to God on everything, I got the directions messed up. It was a honest to God mistake. I did not at all intentionally try to screw you over.
I never said you did.
I tried to explain that to you. You still were mad at
No,
me.
I just said, look, what Jay Bird told you guys is wrong. It was erroneously reported because that's not how it was said on the radio. How Kevin said it was anybody who sings can sign her face.
Okay.
And so basically all day I was hanging my hat on the fact that most
people would opt out of it.
Most people that were like nice would not want to write on my face.
I thought it was a sudden death, and I thought sudden death was supposed to be. I thought it was a punishment. I went into Brother Jimmy's Virginia. I made a mistake, and I
was fine with that. After I told the crowd, I was fine with it. I had no problem.
You seem like you were still pretty
No,
upset.
you were the one that was still upset. I was the one
All
saying.
I know is
Because you made me feel like I was trying to bully you. You made me feel like I was bullying you on purpose, and I would never do that. And you're like, I would never do that to you. I would never hurt you. You acted like I did that on purpose. I'm like, I would never do that to you on purpose. I would never try to hurt you. And my whole point is, if we truly are having anxiety about something and we truly don't want to do something, we need to have a conversation and communicate with one another.
I was not going to be a little bitch and say I wasn't going to do it. I was going to go on that stage and let the 2 or 3 random people that were going to be mean right on my face. I was totally prepared for that.
But it was but they weren't going to be mean. It was a sudden death punishment that we did on the air. If you had a problem with it, you got to tell Kevin that, because I'm sorry. Well, as soon as somebody signs your face at Cocktails and Karaoke, it's not going to be just 2 people. And if I would have known you would have been so upset, I would never even brought it up.
But you changed it. That's what I was
I
upset
didn't
about.
Well,
I was ready to take my
Somebody
lumps.
said grab the audio
I
because
didn't
somebody
mean to
said
change it. I didn't mean to do that.
Somebody said the phrasing was that the face would be like a sign-in sheet for the singers.
That's what I thought it was, Virginia. And then you were all mad at me about that. What did I even do wrong here?
No, when you said it, you said people that the only way you can get to sign her face is if you come up and sing. And I was like, okay, so most people that come up and sing won't want to sign my
Virginia,
face.
I didn't mean to do this. I didn't mean to make you upset. I did not mean any of that. That was never my intention.
Well, it just, to me,
I was ready to drop it.
the thing that was amazing was I was on stage and we have somebody who's singing, doing Cocktails and Karaoke, and in the background, Virginia and Jason are fighting and like yelling at each other, and this poor girl's trying to sing, and I'm trying to I'm trying to act like, okay, I'm into the performance. And I think people were like watching going like, wait, what's going on? Are they fighting? Like, what's happening? This poor girl's trying to sing, and behind her, there's just this major dust up that's going on. Listen, this is some of the yelling that was going on behind her. She's singing. You're a diva. I would never.
She calls me an a-hole. I call her an effing diva. The people they're trying to sing. They're looking back at me in Virginia. It was a mess.
Yeah, it really was. So yeah, it was a very interesting night.
But are we cool now?
I'm fine. I was fine the night of. You're the one that kept calling me a diva, and that's what pissed me off.
No, I was pissed off because you kept on saying I would never hurt you. It doesn't matter. Are we cool or what?
I'm fine.
I'm cool.
Yeah, maybe
Breakfast?
Eggs do fix a lot.
Okay, all right.
Eggs fix a lot.
Let's get this done.
So there you go. If you saw that on Friday and we're like going, what's going on? Are they fighting? Yes, they are fighting.
They were
Did people
definitely
see-
fighting.
Did people see it?
I don't know if anybody noticed. I'm just saying that I'm trying to act normal because if I'm in it too, then people are like, what the heck is going on up here?
The crowd was taking sides. People were saying things in my ear. At one point, this lady got up and she stole all the Sharpie. She's like, nobody's writing on your effing face.
Well, then it turned into this man versus woman. I'm
It
like,
did.
What the hell's
It
going
turned
on?
into a man versus
So why
woman.
am I getting yelled at? All I wanted to do was have some drinks with the nice people.
Yeah. Okay. Contentious bit, maybe. Maybe park that for a while.
Summer of Rig.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, he loves it when we fight.
Check
yes,
out.
I love it. You know me.
Virginia, look at the video and watch Kevin's face. It says it all.
Smirking,
The smirk. is-
giggling.
Yes,
Yeah.
the world is burning all for ratings.
Oh, when I came over to question you guys, first I'm like, are you guys telling people that everyone has to sign my face to sing?
Well, that's how you-
Kevin started giggling, and then he pointed at you.
But you
He
acted-
loves it.
Yeah, I know. But I was like, yeah, Kevin, I'm going to try to ruin Virginia's life. Wasn't like that at all.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. So people want to know, be like, I didn't see any photos yet. We at that point after the fighting happened, no signing happened.
It's always cool to get into a fight with your coworker / friend and then have to go sing and be fun.
Yeah. KVJ events, baby. That's why you don't miss Cocktails and Karaoke.
That's our first fight at
I
cocktail.
started ordering beers 3 at a time.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Well, today is July 1st. There are 100 new laws that go into effect today.
Really?
Yes. The one that you probably need to know about the most is Florida's texting while driving ban. That starts today. So if you are texting and driving and a cop sees you, they can pull you over for that alone. They don't have to get you for a seatbelt or for any other infraction. That alone will get you pulled over.
What if you're sitting at a red light?
I don't think that will. I think it's a moving violation, which means you have to be moving
Okay.
to have the
'Cause
violation.
I'm always, as soon as I get to the red light, I catch up on everything.
question. What if the phone rings, you grab it, you look at it, and then the cop looks over at you. It looks like you're texting, but you were just checking your phone for a split second. Do you get banged?
That's going to be one of those things that's going to be up for determination. I've thought about that too, because I've had instances where I just get a text alert or something, and like a dummy, I just like look down, but you take your eyes off the road. That I assume could get you. I know there are certain areas where it is like hands-free, like school zones and active work zones, hands-free areas. So yeah, I guess, what does that mean? You can't even have your phone up to your head? Is that what that hands-free means?
I think
in
so.
Those areas?
They don't want you having to touch it at all. If you can do it without touching it, great.
Well, can I eat a corn dog driving if I'm nailing it? If I'm eating a corn dog with the right hand and I'm driving an automatic.
There's no ban on corn dogs.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
There should be, though. I don't
Yeah.
want to look over and see that. Trying to drive over here.
yeah, I'm just seeing where the line's at.
Yeah,
baby.
not a ban on corn dogs. It's just on the texting and driving.
And I think there should be. I'm not over here because I hate when people text and drive. It's gonna be hard sometimes. I think to prove. I think people are gonna try to get out of this ticket a lot.
What if the cop just says, "Give me your phone," and then you have to give him your phone, and he can look and see how long ago you texted?
Yeah, I don't know, because of privacy laws and things like that. I don't know where this is going to go. This is going to be interesting to find out what this winds up being, because I can't imagine that would give the right to a police officer to all of a sudden start going through your text messages to see if you've sent one out.
Yeah, what if you're sexting and it's real steamy?
What if it involves a corn dog?
Exactly.
Well,
I don't want no officer seeing my corn dog porn.
I mean,
Corn porn.
well, think about that. If you are, for instance, texting a mistress, and that becomes introduced into a court of law to try to be your defense or to prove guilt, and all of a sudden, boom, your affair is blown up in court, that could be an issue.
And the other thing too is, what if you start texting and then you stop, and it's going to be hard to prove everything.
What if you're looking at your phone for directions?
Yes.
And you're not texting. You're just looking at it because it's telling you got to turn right.
And then flat top cop pulls you over. Oh, Virginia, you were texting. No, officer, I was not. I was just looking.
Can I offer you a corn dog, officer?
I would imagine, probably, my guess is most police officers, and they've probably talked about this, so if we have anybody in law enforcement, have they sat down and said, okay, here's what we would determine to be a texting while driving infraction? Because you're right, looking at your phone, here's what it is. I always have that map. And look, South Florida, if you're going anywhere outside of your 5-mile zone, you don't know where to go. And if you're listening for the voice instructions saying turn right, a lot of times it's too late.
It is too late.
Yeah.
They tell you when you're passing it.
Yeah,
Turn here. Like, oh, damn.
I have that happen all the time, where it's like, yeah, you'll have issues like that. So you have to really always kind of keep looking. And sometimes you're even still guessing, be like, I don't know, is this the left I take or is it the next left? And so if you're not looking at your phone, that does make it difficult to do. To me, I would think that they would probably just use it if somebody's egregious. And I saw this the other day. There was somebody that was texting on their phone, and they weren't even, and it was for an extended period of time. It was one of the grossest abuses I've seen in a while, of somebody texting and driving, to the point where I'm like, okay, really?
Doing like 29 miles an hour in the left-hand lane on I-95, texting.
That was kind of it. Yeah, it was something where it's like, if I were a cop, that would be something where clearly you would pull them over. And I thankfully don't see it frequently. I mean, you may look over and see somebody glancing at their phone, but I don't see that. I'm just staring at my phone for an extended period of time, not even watching the road, and I'm moving.
If you're a cop, are you a motorcycle cop? Are you on the street? Are you like a chief? What would you be, like a detective? What do you see yourself as a cop?
Oh, I'm definitely going to be like a detective.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'd love to be your partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crockett and Tubbs.
He means like in life, like a
Yeah.
relationship.
We'll get like a police dog.
It's Pride. Oh, no, it's not Pride Month anymore.
No, it's
We'll,
not.
we'll
It's
get,
extended.
we'll get our own dog together. We'll call that our third partner.
Okay.
I love it.
Our
man.
child.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? If you get nabbed with this moving violation, it carries a $166 fine and 3 points on your license, what it's looking like.
Okay.
So that's what you're looking at. Now,
Today's the day.
Yeah, well, and I think really what's going to be interesting is we talk about this here in the next couple of weeks and we start hearing stories is when you were pulled over and you don't feel like you should have been.
Yeah, I can't wait as the stories start coming in of people that get banged for it.
Oh, I thought he's pulling me over. He thought I was texting. I was eating a corn dog. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's going to be the kind of stuff that, it'll be interesting to
the
see what they
corn
do.
dog defense. Everyone's going to use it.
Well, it is kind of silly, though. You can't get in trouble for eating a corn dog with ketchup, relish, and mustard, but I'm just saying, isn't it kind of the same thing?
Anything that distracts you is bad. And if you put relish, mustard, and ketchup on your corn dog, it's going to be all over you.
That's the only way to do a corn dog. Oh, God. All right. We are doing breakfast.
Yeah. Somebody texted us, a cop said, yes, we have to be able to testify that you were texting. If we can't see your screen beforehand, we can't use it. But keep in mind, your screen reflects on your window, so you're not as inconspicuous as you think you are with the phone in your lap, especially at night.
Ah.
That was a cool tip right there.
He's
Okay.
right. I bet they'll bust a lot more people at night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody said not even texting, it's calling too. You can't have the phone up to your ear. You need headphones or wireless. Correct. Yeah, I think so. That's just in the school and work zones. Those are the two areas where that goes into effect, at least as far as what I read today.
Because, like, in New York, you can't use your phone. Is it going to be like that here? You can't, like, make a call on your phone?
Good.
Yeah, you think that's a good idea?
There are too many people that, can you drive and talk on a phone? Good.
Well, I can't drive good.
Yeah, I mean, anytime I'm on the phone driving, it's not
Can
good.
you use right grammar?
Can't talk good.
I can't
Can
talk
drive
good.
good.
Can't drive good.
Yeah.
I know what I do good, though. Eat them corn dogs.
Oh, man, yeah, that I could do good.
They say that they're going to basically just start with warnings first.
Okay.
So kind of get people ramped up to it. So there's going to be kind of a grace point.
Warning, you are texting and driving. Put your hands up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Somebody said really the whole point of it's not really to stop people texting. It's to have a reason to pull you over to potentially see if you're drunk or do not have insurance and things like that.
Or if you're riding with that, drugs.
Maybe.
I'm not talking real good, am I?
You're not. It's Monday, though.
It's Monday. It's 4th of July weekend. It's summertime.
Nobody expects it to be that great.
You're right. No one's expecting.
Yeah. Can I reach over to tap the button to answer a phone call? Yeah, you are allowed to answer the phone, but in school zones or construction zones, you can just tap the phone and not physically hold the phone in your hands.
Okay.
Interesting.
Let me ask you.
Bluetooth or hands-free device is what's recommended.
I'm on I-95. I'm real parched to the point where I don't know if I can swallow. Oh, I got to get my big gulp. I got to drink it. Oh, but I'm also driving. Can I get banged for that?
No, there's nothing about having a drink in your car. This is only texting.
That's still distracting, though.
Yeah, but they've not separated that.
So you can absolutely have a big gulp and drink, and it's not illegal when you're driving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You're free, man. You're good. Can I text while at a stoplight or toll booth? Police officers can only stop a driver for texting and driving when the car is in motion.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you one more law, but I feel like I'm kind of annoying Kevin by all the questions I'm asking.
Well, just keep it to texting and driving.
Well, the only reason why
Kevin, what do you think about corn dogs?
the reason why I'm saying other things other than texting is because I didn't even know talking on the phone and driving was illegal until you brought it up. I mean, the more you know, the more you learn.
The more you know, the more you learn. Is that how the phrase goes?
If you want, you can send me home.
The more you know, the more.
Silence might be a good option for you.
It might be better for me just to take a day
You can't
off.
help it. Can I tap my phone to Google something or to connect a Google Map or Waze app? It's not texting. Yes, using the Map or Waze app is not against the law.
See, they're excellent.
There you go, answering that question.
So you can look at the map and just you can't be texting the map.
Yes.
But you could argue that texting, and let's say Virginia and Panda are driving, and Panda is rubbing on Virginia's hair, really getting into it. That's not just as distracting as texting and driving, and you tell me that's not illegal?
Well, I am irresistible.
Mm-hmm. No, that's just distracted stuff.
It's still distracted, though. I think if you're having romantic time.
Yeah, they'll get you on that. Can I eat a burger, drink my iced coffee, or do my makeup without a penalty? There is no law in Florida that will allow an officer to pull over a driver for specifically eating, drinking, or putting on makeup.
That's what I wanted.
There you go. There's your answer. And how will police prove that you were texting? Will they confiscate your phone if a ticket is written? Police are not allowed to ask for or take a driver's phone to see if they were texting on a traffic stop.
They can ask for it. You just don't have to give it up. Because someone will ask.
There you go. So that's an officer will need a warrant or consent to look through a phone.
Interesting.
So there you go. That is some of the questions that are out there and some of the answers.
Thank you, Kevin.
Well, there you go.
I got some more questions on that.
I know you do. Full of questions. This guy over here.
I'm sorry. I'll shut
He's like
up.
a kindergartner.
I will. I'll try to be quiet.
Okay, what do you think about this here? We've got the Florida headline match game for you. What do you think about this one? A woman named Crystal Methvin charged with blank. What do you think that might have been?
I mean, crystal methvin was definitely dealing crystal meth, right?
You think
It's
it was
what-
drug
yeah.
possession?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's specifically crystal meth.
I've got turning tricks for drugs or blowing up a van.
Change my answer.
Okay. What do you think?
Blowing up a van, clearly.
Crystal Methvin blew up a van?
No, I think she was turning tricks. I think she was blowing up something else.
You think so? Okay. One cop text us say, just to let you know, I've already written several tickets this morning. So
Really?
yes.
Oh, there's
So
no
the
way.
whole thing about it just
So-
being a warning, not necessarily true.
He did not give the warnings.
Oh, there's no way. He's not a flat top cop. Definitely a flat top cop.
You think so?
No way he has long hair.
Okay. There you go. Just something to beware of.
Do they let any cops have long hair?
When I say long hair, I'm talking about just like Kevin's length. I don't know if I've ever seen a cop
Long
with
hair.
long shoulder length hair.
Are there any cops that look like Fabio?
That's a great question.
I've never seen one.
I've never seen
I
one
think they do
either.
have restrictions. I mean, unless you're undercover
Yeah,
and that's part of your thing.
but I'm talking in a uniform where you could have a ponytail as a man. I don't think I've ever
I've
seen that.
never seen it. It must be a rule.
Got to be a rule.
Okay, got the Florida headline match game here for you. So what was it that Crystal Methvin was charged with?
She sounds lovely.
A, drug possession, B, turning tricks for drugs, or C, blowing up a van? What is your answer, Virginia, A, B, or C?
I mean, all of them are terrible, but I think I'm going B.
Gonna go B, turning tricks for drugs. Jaybird, your answer?
See, blowing up a van.
C, blowing up a van. Got her on drug possession.
Our
Crystal
original.
Methvin. Yes.
That's what we picked
We
up
did.
first.
Okay. What about this one? This is a real headline from Florida here. Half-blanked man arrested again for attempted murder. Is it half-wasted man, half-headed man, or half-wolf man? What do you think? A, B, or C?
This is a tough one because he might be a guy acting like the wolf man.
How could you be half-headed?
I've seen it before.
Okay.
There, you can have, yeah. I'm going to go half wolf man. He was barking at the moon thinking he's a wolf man.
Half-wolf man. What do you think, Virginia?
I think I'm going half drunk.
Half-wasted? All right.
Half-wasted.
You are both wrong again.
Half-head. Oh,
Half-headed.
does he have a mugshot?
Yes, in fact, there's a story, another guy again today. He has a concave head, like a big dent, like in his head. Apparently, you can have a collapsed skull or something like that. I don't know how it's happened, but there's a guy in the Whacked Out News again today that I saw his mugshot, and his head is caved in.
I didn't think you could live with half a head.
I remember that. I remember that story now, and I remember that mugshot.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I would say good 25% of his head was gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing. Like, you're like, wait, this got to be like some kind of...
Was he born like that, or did like a rock fall on
No,
him?
I think he had like a rock or something fell on him.
Like in the cartoon?
He had,
Like
it's
a-
an anvil.
Like the Roadrunner?
Yeah, it was an anvil, yeah. Fell off a cliff. There was a coyote behind it. What about this one? Blank leads Florida deputies on a 1-hour chase. Is it grandmother, B, kangaroo, or C, UFO?
Oh, I hope it's Grandma. Show me Grandma.
Okay, what do you think, Jaybird?
Rue.
Gonna go kangaroo for the win. You got it, yes. Kangaroo leads Florida deputies on a 1-hour chase. Yeah, I
Wow.
think that might have happened recently. There's a lot of kangaroos getting loose.
I mean, 30 minutes in, and you're just like, let's get out of here, guys. We're not going to catch this thing.
Yeah, I think I'd be like going.
I don't think he's going to rob anybody,
Let's go
guys.
get somebody texting and driving. It's boring.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Yeah. Boy, this would be kind of awkward. You'd have to ask yourself, okay, how long do we give it before we check to see if that guy laying on the beach next to us suntanning is still alive or not?
Oh my gosh.
I'd say you check on him after 2 days.
Okay. You leave and just be, let somebody else deal with it. Yes, there was a guy in a black sweater, black pants, and white stripes.
Okay, he's not sunbathing.
Yeah, but he's laying out on the beach at Lauderdale by the Sea. It was like last Saturday morning, and people are like going, he's very still. And yeah, after a while, somebody's like, let's go check on him real quick. Yeah, he was not living.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Talk about ruining your beach day.
There was another story I heard about. There was this playground, and there's this adult just kind of hanging in on the swing set, and they let it go on for like a day and a half. They finally go, I think something's wrong with that person, and they were dead. A day and a half.
It's kind of tricky. I mean, in today's world where you're like, you don't want to bother somebody, and two, you just don't know what you're going to get. Yeah, you're just like,
How creepy is that you're looking out and you see
Dead
somebody
on the swings?
swing? Like, oh, they're still there a day and a half later, they're dead.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is last Saturday morning, just a little south of Anglin's Pier. So they're still trying to get an identification of who this gentleman was. But yeah, odd. And then you're just wondering. I mean, he was only between like 40 and 55. And so
You just wonder what happened.
what was the story? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Well, the police in Fort Meade are trying to put together the story as well. There was a guy that apparently had drowned, but they don't know if it was because of a gator or not. At some point, the gator had a little bit of snack on him. His hand and his foot was found in the gator's belly.
Oh.
Yeah. So they don't know if he drowned first or if he drowned because of the 12-foot-long gator.
You hope you drown first, right?
You do. Yeah, I think so.
It's less horrific, but
Yeah.
it's still terrible.
But did he? Yeah, was he drowned because that's what gators do. They will try to drown you. It's a big part of it.
I would so try to do the Three Stooges move on the gator, right for the eyes. Just try to poke him right in the eye.
Gouge his eyes out.
Take the fingers, shove it up the snout holes.
Okay.
That's how I would try to survive.
Gouge.
Every hole in that gator is going to get gouged.
Okay. You know, part of the plan,
Even
too.
the butt.
Well, maybe not every hole. Maybe not every hole.
This guy's always
you
into
find
butt
it?
stuff. He loves it.
Maybe not every hole.
Here
but
I am, gator.
depends on where. If I'm at the back end, I'm struggling. Sorry, I think the butt's going to get it.
That's whatever you got to do, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was an Uber driver in Connecticut that got busted last week when he took a break to get drunk in his car.
Uh-oh.
Cops responded to a suspicious call about a parked car that had its windows all fogged up. The driver was inside with an open case of beer and his pants down.
Oh, no.
Just having a party.
Then when they asked him to get out of the car, he reached into his pants and like, going, he's got a gun. No, it was actually just an adult toy that he was pulling out.
Oh, wow, he was really
Yeah.
going for it.
Where was the adult toy?
You know where. Think about
In
where
the place where you like to touch gators?
Exactly. I think that's where it was at.
Sir, drop your weapon. Oh, if you're the cops, you're like, I am not touching that.
And if you're the guy,
I
are
don't know
you?
what's more startling, the gun or the adult toy. Oh, man, I wish you really would have had a gun. It's a lot easier. Yeah, they say when they asked him to recite the alphabet, he started with the letter D and ended with K. Wow. That's a good day. Yeah. I don't know if you heard about this story that went into Walmart in Texas last week. She picked up a cake and started shopping around the store, eating it.
Oh, you can't do that.
And then when she gets to the cash register, she's like going, yeah, I'm only going to pay for half this. There's only half left. They're like, well, we ate the other half. And she's like, well, I'm only paying for half. That's what's left. And like, it doesn't work that way. So they had to get the cops involved. And eventually they just said, you know what? Just don't ever come back. And when you get banned from a Walmart for life, you're just like, wow. I mean, okay. You really take a lot off the table, don't you?
Did she have to pay for the full cake? I hope so.
I would hope so, too, because, yeah, that ain't how it goes.
That's not how the laws work, lady.
Right, I know we talked about getting food and eating it before. I'm okay with that.
But you got to pay for it.
Right.
I do it every time with Rocco. He insists on starting to eat whatever it is, a donut, a cookie, whatever. But you got to pay for it.
And if you see someone stashing a wrapper or whatever, that's, to me, just the same as shoplifting.
I mean, I wouldn't rat him out, but I certainly don't want to get involved in no drama.
There was a guy in Washington that broke into a sheriff's office last week because he wanted to go to jail, so he didn't, quote, kill his roommate. But he knew the cops would be upset, so he brought a peace offering, a box of donuts.
Sometimes it can work.
Yeah.
As long as there's no ants on them.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He was arrested for malicious mischief and trespassing. So I guess he got his wish, ultimately. So there you go. Boy, this is how you quit. I always love that. There was a woman who got fired from a Taco Bell in New Jersey who, on her way out, set off some pepper spray.
Oh.
Yeah. I quit this bitch.
Spicy.
Boom. Yeah. And here we go. Another one of these stories. Teenager in Georgia was working at a Chick-fil-A last Wednesday when a mom in the drive-thru lane yelled that her 6-year-old was being strangled by a seatbelt. So here goes our hero, jumped through the drive-thru window into the car, pulled out a pocket knife, cut the seatbelt, and saved the boy's life.
Wow, talk about speedy response. He jumped through the drive-thru window?
Apparently so. That's the story.
Oh, that kid's a hero.
Yeah.
Just amazing how they have these. Luckily, he didn't.
Seriously, what are they doing to recruit just the best possible employees on the planet?
Well, they just seem to monthly have one of these amazing stories where it's just like, wait, how are these things coming out here? Just who are they? Where are they hiring all these? Where are they going? Heroes.com?
It wouldn't have saved anybody if it was on a Sunday, though. But chicken and seafood would have.
Oh,
You're right. There's a 31-year-old woman in England who was recently kicked off a flight from Spain on the airline EasyJet because the flight attendant said her shirt was too revealing. She was wearing a sheer black lace shirt, and she said that even though she wasn't wearing a bra, she was wearing nipple covering. She had tape on them, so it shouldn't have been a problem.
Huh.
Is that law? Do you have to tape your nipples?
I don't think you can have your nipples exposed, even if it's through mesh. You have to have them covered, but if they are in fact covered...
We got to change that law, don't we?
Well,
this is the thing you choose to take on?
They said the shirt was inappropriate. She fought with the crew, which is why they said they wouldn't let her back on once she covered up with the sweater. And they're going, nah, we just don't like your attitude. Just stay off. So,
There's so many videos of people being so sassy at airports, talking down to people that work there. I mean, just having full-on meltdowns.
To me, this is the way you handle it. There was an Australian man. He's trying to board a flight to Perth, and he had an unopened can of beer with him. He was going to take it. He wanted to crack when he got on there. A guy who just loved a certain kind of beer that they probably didn't carry. A guy who drinks craft beer, I kind of get this. Sometimes you don't get the best beer on a flight.
Right.
They're like going, sorry, we have a policy. You can't, walk in with an alcoholic beverage. So he's like, well, I really want this can of beer. So he went and checked the can of beer into baggage, and it had a ticket on it and everything. And he documented the entire trip where they had it in the thing and they tagged it. And then he had it coming, and sure enough, it came on the baggage claim. His beer, just one beer in one can.
That's funny.
That's
It traveled
hilarious.
safely, so that's how he got his point across that, you know what? I really wanted this beer in one way or the other. I'm going to have it.
And he got a good video out of it.
And he got a good video, and he's going viral.
Yeah, I've been fussed at before by the flight attendants because I didn't know you couldn't bring your own little mini bottles, but
Yes.
you can't.
Yeah, they don't mess with that.
I knew. I was sitting next to a lady who'd smuggled like 15 of them in. I don't know how she got them through to TSA, but she did.
Oh, I know.
And she opened her purse and she showed me, and I was like, "Let's get busy."
Hey, when you say purse,
Yeah. Lady purse.
no,
look.
they weren't there, were they?
Me and Kevin thought the same thing. We both looked at each other and go, that's how she got him in.
Oh, and I drank them with her. Oh. Oh.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Okay, so what do you think people are more into now? Are they more satisfied getting food delivered or going to a restaurant?
Depends.
Okay.
Am I hungover?
That is a good
It's
part
a fair
of it. Yeah.
question. Mm-hmm. What are you ordering? Where is it from? What type of food is it? Are you able to bring a doggy bag home from the restaurant?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think there are a lot of different reasons. You yourself, what would you say you think you prefer more? I'm more a fan of going out to a restaurant. I like seeing the decor. I like just kind of seeing people, see what's going on. So I'm a bigger fan of getting out of my house and going somewhere.
Me too. I'm more of a social person. I like trying new restaurants. I like tasting new things. And sometimes when your food shows up from delivery, it gets steamed because it's in that container.
Yeah.
And it changes the way it tastes.
They still have not gotten a hold of the fry game. French fries are the worst kind of food to travel. And if you're ordering from a regular restaurant and you get French fries, a lot of times it's greatly disappointing because, like what you're just saying.
Yeah, it steams them, and then they're not as good.
To me, the best is when you go to a restaurant that you love and then you bring home leftovers with a doggy bag. That's the best.
You're right.
Okay, so you're a fan of still going out, Jay-Bird.
But bringing it back home for a little bit later.
Okay.
Get that anticipation.
Okay.
I got some tuna waiting for me right now in my fridge at home. I'm so excited.
I have no leftovers right now, and I'm very depressed about that. I hate when I go into a Monday with no doggy bags in the fridge.
Is that because your $50 worth of Italian food was stolen?
It's a big part of it. That's
Yeah.
actually a big part of it.
That is the funniest caper. He left his food right by Denny's fence while
Yeah.
he ran in to say hi to Denny's. While he went in Denny's place, someone jacked his pizza and 2 orders of spaghetti.
Within, of course, it couldn't have been longer than 10 minutes. So whoever stole that food, they were watching me. They were, and I have a theory because you can see people from all of those where I live at. You can see people doing stuff everywhere, and if someone was watching me, they'd have the whole thing. They'd have the whole playbook right there.
Do you think it's random crime, or did somebody have you marked and saw you and said, aha?
I don't want to sound crazy. I think it was premeditated.
Really?
Maybe
do.
it was the stalker.
I don't know. It seems like a few people are keeping tabs on.
She's probably already there watching you, and then she's like, sweet, free
So she
pizza.
probably worked up an appetite. I mean, stalking burns a lot of calories.
If I found out that the stalker really did steal my food, then I would go to the police. If it was really her, I would file.
At that point,
At that, she has gone
what
too
is that? What is that complaint? Is it Grand Theft Pizza?
I don't know if that qualifies as grand theft.
That's not grand theft, but it is. It's a hate crime to a certain extent.
Yeah?
It's not a hate crime.
Okay, not a hate crime. It hurts.
It does
Sure.
hurt. What did you do? Did you order a new pizza at that point?
Of course I did.
According to this new study, people now say they're more satisfied getting food delivered than actually going to a restaurant.
Really?
83% say they're usually satisfied with delivery versus 79% who are usually satisfied when they actually go out. Wonder why that is. I guess maybe the at-home experience and binge watching and all that kind of stuff has just gotten more enjoyable than going out to see what's happening in life.
I think, too, the delivery game in the last 2 years has exploded. It used to be just your pizzas and a few other places. Now, just about anywhere can deliver. Cheesecake, Kev.
Yeah.
You can now order a whole cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory anytime you want.
He gets all flustered when he talks about cake.
I had a lot of cake over the
Cheesecake.
had a lot of cake over the weekend.
Is it still on the roof of your mouth?
Don't be so hurtful.
What cake did you get?
I got that Pepperidge Farm. It serves 8 people. Okay,
Yeah.
it serves 8 infants. That's the only thing it could serve. It was the smallest cake serving 8 people. My ass.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Maybe there's a lot of calories per serving.
there was a lot of calories.
Okay.
So 8 people should share it, even though only one man did.
I destroyed it in 10 minutes. It was like a square.
Yeah. 8 servings, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Serving
Was
per
it like one of
minute.
those little fridge cakes?
And I love those fridge cakes. Those Pepperidge Farms that got the cream inside of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Fat Kevin, where are you?
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize this. They said as of last year, delivery made up about 37% of restaurant sales.
Wow.
Right. I know. That's pretty impressive. huh?
Booming.
Yeah. Pretty good stuff. So it is the game has changed. Everybody's advertising it now. even on their commercials about getting it to eat at home. Yeah, I think really what it is you got to look at the food. Somebody texted in and said, it depends upon the food. I had Taco Bell delivered to my house, and the hard tacos were all soggy.
Oh, that sucks.
If you had to say, Jaber, from your experience, what are the foods? You said French fries, anything else you would add to it? They're saying hard shelled tacos.
Yeah.
Don't do that as delivery.
I would say I get burritos from this one restaurant, and when I go in to sit down, the burrito is on point. When I get it for delivery, like you're saying, it's sweaty. The beans look sad. Even they don't look right. So I would stay away from that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And you got to be careful too. Sometimes with grilled cheese, they get cold. The cheese gets hard.
They get soggy.
It's a chance you got to take.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're getting it from. Now, some places are stepping up their game. They're bringing that box where they keep it fresh and heated.
The warming box.
That's starting to happen now.
Is there any fried food that is good if you do it delivery to your house? Because I would think fried food is something that, man, the hotter and the fresher it is, every minute it seems like the food degrades.
I feel like Chinese restaurants, I'll get that crab rangoon. I love it.
Okay.
That always shows up crispy and perfect.
Chinese food does, but when you get something like a chicken finger dinner, you're 50% on whether that breading's coming off. You see the meat. That's like seeing, Kevin without his clothes on. You want to keep that whole thing in uniform.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Am I losing the room again?
Yes. We are trying to follow you, but it is hard.
You don't get what I mean? Y'all just don't love food like that.
It's Monday, dude.
I'm Wednesday kind of tired on a Monday.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Thank God it's a 3-day work week.
I know.
I'm exhausted myself. I apologize.
Somebody texted and said, yeah, fried chicken wings suck delivered.
I agree.
They do.
They get steamy.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. And by the way, today is National Chicken Wing Day.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe go celebrate that.
I'm going to the ale house tonight. I'm going to get me some chicken wings.
Okay.
Yeah.
To me, though, it's always about the zinger, the wing without the bone.
Yeah.
Really? You prefer it without the bone? I like the bone because it gives me something to work at.
The bone's gross. I've just seen too many gross stuff going on with people gnawing on bones and sucking on the bone.
You can't think about the bone. Don't think about it.
You guys see the Mexican queen eat chicken wings. I can't believe she eats the cartilage.
That's what grosses me out when people start doing
I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, you eat
She
too much.
eats like the meat knuckle?
She eats the cartilage off, and all it's left. I'm like, are you going to suck out the marrow too? I'm like, that's crazy. She's like, you disrespect chicken wings by not eating everything, all the meat off of it. I'm like, no, I eat the meat. I don't eat the cartilage.
I played baseball with a guy who did that. He would suck that little knuckle thing there to the point where and all you would hear is.
No, she eats it, and you can hear like grinding it.
It's crunchy.
Oh, it's
and
nasty.
It's got a weird texture.
Who would want to eat that?
I'll tell you what.
I don't like the meat knuckle.
The reason why zingers and tenders will always win is because you never see those things ever have a feather in them. But you will see a wing with a chicken feather in there, and it's kind of gross.
Yeah,
feather in the wing.
It's rare though.
Well, there's a restaurant I'll write down. Leads the league in feathered wings.
Really?
Yes, I think you know what it is.
Okay. All right, I'll take a guess. Mm-hmm. All right. Text from somebody who works at Tijuana Flats, and they said that we get a lot of discounts, so I've tested the different foods going home. Nachos and pretty much any tacos do not last unless you live super close by.
So I love that place. It's one of my. I think it's such a great place. They are absolutely right. You got to go in to get that food.
Yeah, I kind of agree on that. That seems to make sense. However, flautas and quesadillas last and are great for to-go and delivery food.
They've got this cookie dough flauta that
He's holding his heart. Look at him. He's over here like he's reciting the pledge.
Fat Kevin, you would just, crap happiness. They're that good.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It comes with a chocolate dip.
What's in him, baby? Tell
A
us.
chocolate dipping sauce.
He's so excited. He's tripping on his words again.
I am.
Oh, yeah.
It's summertime.
What happened to you getting breakfast?
I don't know. I got distracted.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
What do you want, Mama?
Now it's getting late, and what's going to happen is we're going to be leaving for the day, and that's when the breakfast shows
Well,
up.
we won't be leaving until noonish.
Okay.
We still got a good 3 hour. Well, yeah. I'll order for you. I might even get something. Might get something for Fat Kev too.
Okay. And then if Fat Kev doesn't eat it, then you know.
Fat Jason will eat it.
Right. Just last weekend, I worked up the courage to get into a public pool, Virginia. And it was all good. I was fine. You know, I'm like, I got in. It was enjoyable. I got out. Everything was good. I'm not dead.
No diseases.
No diseases.
No weird
problems.
rashes.
Yeah.
No tamps.
Nothing like that. And I've been trying to kind of like tell myself, okay, because all these stories over the years kind of started to get in my head. I was turning into a germaphobe. I'm like, you got to live life. So
Was this the pool at your community or was this a hotel pool?
This is a hotel pool. Yeah.
Okay. Fancy hotel pool, I think, is next level. Community pool is a few rungs down.
Community pool is where that one grandma crapped herself in the deep end of the pool, and it was awful.
Fancy hotel pool, I do feel like you're safer.
Well, I've seen, for instance, I think it was on the cruise ship, they actually drain the entire pool every single night and refill it in the morning.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Huh.
I'm like, no way. Yeah. So they get all that water out. So I'm like, okay, I felt pretty good about that. Yeah. So I didn't do a ton of swimming, but I did a little bit.
Huh.
I dabbled a bit because I'm like, I felt better about that. Yeah, they say just to take precautions against this thing called crypto, a fecal parasite that can be transmitted via swimming pools. They say the numbers are on the rise.
Oh, no.
It'll cause cryptocyrrhidiasis, which they say can leave healthy adults suffering from, quote, profuse watery diarrhea for as long as 3 weeks. Can you imagine having that condition for 3 weeks?
3 weeks?
That's terrible.
You fit into that dress you want to fit into, though, Virginia. You keep
Oh, my
talking
goodness.
about.
They say the effects can be worse for kids, pregnant women, and those with compromised immune systems. They say just watch swallowing contaminated water. Don't let that happen.
It does happen sometimes,
I
though.
know.
I mean, the last 3 times I have gone to a public pool, something horrific has happened. I told you about the kid peeing in the pool. The mom's like, "Oh, keep peeing, baby. It's okay."
No, it's not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not
No,
okay.
it's not okay.
And that's when I would have said something.
I know,
Yeah.
but now I'm in a fight with somebody in a gross pool.
Well, that's
It's
when you just hear
worth the fight.
I'm done swimming for the day.
That's
I
just it.
hear that. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
And then the time before is where I found that tampon. The tampon.
Cryptosporidium, they say, has a high tolerance to chlorine and can survive in a properly chlorinated pool for up to 7 days.
Whoa.
So even if they're doing it right, it's still in there swimming around. That's why, to me, I do like the idea. I know most places can't do this, but thank you, cruise ships, for draining the pool every single night, refilling it with fresh water.
Makes you want to just go swimming in your tub, doesn't it? Makes you not want to go in there.
You're scaring me for the pool thing, Kev.
Well, here's the big problem. They say for pools, anybody who's suffering diarrhea should avoid swimming until at least 2 weeks after the diarrhea subsides. And they did a survey. 24% of Americans say they jump in a pool within an hour of having diarrhea.
That ain't cool, man. And that number's probably too low. I bet it's higher than that.
That's where it's like, dude.
You know people are jumping in.
Nothing cleans you better.
Gosh, yeah.
So are they saying if you have just regular diarrhea, you should not get into a pool
Yes.
for at least 2 weeks?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what they're saying.
So you could have 1 round of diarrhea on a Friday night, and then 2 weeks later, that's when you're allowed in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
To do it right.
If you play by the rules and you don't want that cryptosporidium.
There's
Yeah.
nobody playing by those rules. Nobody does a 2 week out from 1 round of
Oh, I
diarrhea.
know. That's just it.
Nobody does
Nobody's abiding by the rules. They say the peak months are July and August.
that. We're living in it, baby.
Yep. And they say the numbers keep going up. They think it might be because of improved testing and more reported cases of it, but for whatever reason, it is on the rise. So just so you know, just don't drink the pool water.
Oh, because at least 60% people are peeing in the pool, and they say they're not.
I know.
I would never pee in a pool.
Don't encourage your kids to pee in the pool, please.
Please don't.
Yeah. Come on now. That ain't right. It just ain't right. So there you go. That is my public service message. Do with it what you will. Well, this is kind of a follow-up. I just, honestly, to me, they need to hunt this person down and they need to do time. There is a...
The person that stole Jaybird's pizza and spaghetti?
Thank
That's
you.
another one. Yeah.
Yes.
2 orders of spaghetti.
2 orders of spaghetti. Were you going to eat all that?
Yeah, I was. It was 2 different kinds, fettuccine and regular, and I was very excited to have the both of them.
Somebody jacked his delivery. Not cool.
The thing that kind of got me is this viral post. There's this girl, and I don't think this is her first incident. In the viral post, she makes a video where she takes a carton of Bluebell ice cream out of the freezer, kind of pulls back the plastic wrap and all that, and licks the top, puts it right back, and then right back into the freezer.
Is she in the store?
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 years in prison without any chance of parole if I'm the judge.
Yeah.
Not cool, lady.
Yeah, no, it's an issue, yeah.
It's an issue that I think we have not talked about it honestly enough, where we are eating stuff that's been licked and spit on, and you don't even know. And your whole lifetime, you don't think at least 10% of your food's been licked?
I don't know what the odds are, but yeah, you don't want to ever. I mean, it's just kind of gnarly. This same chick, she went viral earlier this year. She went into a Target and got out some underarm deodorant, put it on, and then put it back on the shelf. And, all these products, like even underarm deodorant, they have all those things. And it's always plastic is the safeguard. And we're trying to get rid of plastics. And we would love to, but unfortunately, we got these people like this that are going out doing these awful things that you need plastic to protect your products from. So what are you going to do? We're just all caught up. What do you want to die from plastics? You want to die from some chick randomly licking your Bluebell ice cream?
Now, does she get away with that? Is anybody coming after her? Like, YouTube should say, you know what? We're not putting your videos out, honey.
They do that now. I'm not sure what they're doing with this woman.
They should tell her, you're not going viral on our watch because you're a terrorist with your tongue.
Yeah, she's someone that does this, and she's getting rewarded because she's got 322,000 followers on Instagram, and that's kind of what she does, is all these terrible things.
So what's going to probably happen, because this is kind of the format now, they go out, they have a following, they're doing great, they do something really stupid like that, and then everyone, including their followers, turn on them, and they get knocked off the little venue that they're on.
They should. They should
Kinda how it
knock
goes.
that off of Instagram, because think about it. If kids are watching her do it and seeing her go viral,
Sure.
they're going to all copy it. And now, what are we, just lawless? Everybody's licking everybody's Bluebell?
The girl
Yeah.
that fired everybody at Walmart, she was randomly acting like she worked at Walmart.
That girl's a jerk.
Her apology was even worse than the stunt, I thought. It was
Really?
just terrible. You could
Didn't
tell.
work out well for her.
She ain't sorry.
Yeah, I hear you. Sorry she got a lot of flack.
Exactly.
All right, Jay Bird, time to share some of your wisdom with us here before we get to the After the Show podcast.
Oh, yes, this thought is from Unknown. Ever hear of them? Mm-hmm. Okay. Fortune knocks but once, but misfortune has more patience. Oh.
Okay, don't miss those opportunities, huh?
Exactly.
Okay.
You know how you hear people on the radio and you're like, I wonder what they look like when they're saying that. I wish I could see them. Well, you can. We're right there on youtube.com/KVJShow.